working at the plane. I said,
And his whole like trying to make college more affordable for students. As a future teacher, I want to be able to tell my students they can go to school.
I'd love to be a public defender.
Really like what Hillary is about. I don't know. I just feel like she's very sketchy, and that she doesn't actually care.
Why do you think she's sketchy? Why do you think she has that
She
image?
does most of her meetings behind closed doors. She doesn't, and you know, she hasn't been for the same thing over the years. Like Bernie, he's been for the same things his entire career. Whereas Hillary, in the early 2000s, is like, yes, let's go to war in Iraq. Now she's like, I never said that. I never did that. And I'm just kind of like, own up to your mistakes, please, because, you know, a good person owns up to their mistakes.
Oh, thank God I just got paid.
Oh.
And one there. Let's go this one. Oh, this one too?
Yes, sir.
Run away. Oh, and 10, thank you, sir.
I don't see that one, but it's probably there somewhere. So there was undecided for Bernie?
Oh, I might have, let's see, a desperate need for some honesty, decency, and integrity. Wouldn't that be a nice change of pace? When we were great in the past. Hillary says we've always been great. Trump says let's make America great again. And I think Bernie represents a chance to make America great for the first time. I take.
Okay. I'm sorry. Everyone who I just said that to, come here. But before you.
So she's gonna do.
Bernie! Bernie! Bernie!
Was hoping that he would come to Marist already, so I was like, oh, like that'd be great. And then my journalism class has to do this as a project as well, so I get the double dose.
Okay.
So I'll be taking a lot of videos myself as well.
What is your major?
Communication.
Cannot have 1%.
So you're down at Occupy Wall Street?
Yes.
So what do you like about it?
I've been politically active since Kent State University. When Kent was killed and the National Guard opened up, Jeffrey Miller went to my high school in Plainview. So we have been feeling this for generations. Understands what's really going on and what the other people are part of it. You know, back in my, I'm an old hippie now, back in my young days, the establishment, and it's still, nothing has changed. You know, everybody seems to be part of the political machine. There's people like us, normal people, we work hard, and there's somebody that's fighting for us. We cannot, you know, you have to do something. If everybody sits at home and watches TV, who's doing something to make changes? We need changes.
Hillary's a capitalist, and like that will just bring us back into the cycle of capitalism. And I think that in order to actually be able to represent all marginalized groups, we need someone who is a socialist. I mean, he's not a complete socialist if you look at the rest of the world, but I'm with the International Socialist Organization on campus, and we talk a lot about this. And yeah, she is a woman for pro-choice.
on his first feature film, which was about veterans returning from war during the Bush years. Army brat, and as the only son of a 3-time combat veteran, I know firsthand the cost of war when the brave women and men who come back home from duty and try to integrate themselves into society and return their lives to some semblance of normalcy. To be heard, the people have to speak up. This is our moment. It will take every one of us standing together on April 19th and beyond to make this happen. I really want, and I think you really want, for this change to come with the leadership of Bernie Sanders. It is my honor and privilege to introduce the next President of the United States.
Free when they have no health care. Is not just electing a new president, it is about transforming America. These people have so much power that the only way we take them on and transform this country is when millions of people stand up, fight back, and demand it. Is that we really cannot change the status quo. Oh yes, we can do a little bit here, we can do some incremental stuff over there. But the real message to you from the corporate media and from most politicians is that you're powerless. There's nothing you can do. They got the money, they have the power, they have the media, and you can sit and watch what they do, but there's nothing that you can do. Well, this campaign has a somewhat different perspective. Arbitrarily, their pay was determined by the whims of their employer. And workers said, you know what? We are human beings. We want to be treated with dignity. We're going to form unions. The American community and their allies understood that America could not maintain a system based on racism, segregation, and bigotry. Never know how many men and women died in the struggle for civil rights, how many were jailed, how many were beaten. But millions of people over the years stood up and fought back. 100 years ago. Justice on their side, with righteousness on their side, the people of America heard their pain. And what happened then is a few years ago in Seattle, $15 an hour. Los Angeles, San Francisco, $15 an hour. Over 11 months ago, we had to make a very fundamental political decision. And that decision was, should we do what every other campaign was doing and establish a super PAC? That's exactly what we thought. Fight for the middle class, we need your help. Over the last 11 plus months, our campaign has received over 6 million individual campaigns. in the history of our country. Said, well, she is prepared to release the transcripts if other candidates do the same. So are you all ready for a dramatic announcement? All right, here it comes. I am announcing tonight that I am prepared to release all of the transcripts of all of the speeches that I gave to Wall Street. Silly here, because there were no speeches to Wall Street, there are no transcripts. Done incalculable harm to the people of our country. Tell them that at a time when 3 out of the 4 largest banks in this country are bigger than they were when we bailed them out because they were too big to fail, that now is the time to break them up. Wall Street firm whose greed and illegal behavior destroyed our economy and impacted the lives of millions. You don't get a criminal record, you get a pay raise. So I tell the people on Wall Street, we will bring justice back to the criminal justice system. Climate change is real. We have a moral responsibility to make certain that the planet we leave to our children and grandchildren is a planet that is healthy and habitable. Healthcare is a right of all people. Done a lot of good things, but we must go beyond the Affordable Care Act. 29 million Americans have no health insurance. Even more are underinsured with large co-payments and deductibles. When we are getting ripped off every day by the drug companies who charge us the highest prices. We need to move toward a Medicare for all single payer. Come together as one people, regardless of our race or religion or country of origin. Coming together always trumps dividing us up. American people understand that we are great when we support support each other. I am there when your family has a need. You are there when my family has a need.